really don't answer these questions because it doesn't really, like, what good is it going to do you, right? Everyone's situation is different, and it kind of sets unrealistic expectations. It's like when people say, how much do you trade with, or how much do you make? Well, you might not have the same money that I have, or you might not be buying the same stocks that I'm buying, or any number of variables. So it's unrealistic. I do understand, though, that people are curious, right? If I want to be a stock trader, but I need to know how much you can stand to make. So I get the curiosity. So for the sake of transparency and to give you guys some sort of insight into my life, my two biggest expenses are my condo fees, which are $400 a month, all utilities included except electric, and my health insurance because I'm a self-employed stock trader at $308 a month. Outside of that, it's my electric bill, my internet bill, my cell phone bill, and my gym bill, which all come to around $40 a month. My biggest expense outside of condo fees and health insurance are food because I'm a big boy and I like to eat. But I do use my money. See, the joke is everyone thinks, oh, minimalist, you don't spend your money. But we do, we just have different values. See, I think most people have misplaced values. Most people buy because they either want to keep up with the Joneses, increase their sense of self. Look at me. Oh, I have a fancy car that I can't afford, but people need to know that I'm important. Or three, they're very depressed and they're filling a void. My money doesn't exist to buy useless crap that's going to sit in a closet. My money is there to increase my quality of life. I do spend my money. I spend my money on the things that bring me joy. Like I have 2 cars. Who needs 2 cars? Especially in Washington, D.C. of all places. But I like them. How can I manage to keep 2 cars in Washington, D.C.? Well, because what I'm not spending on piles of crap over here, I have set aside for the things that I really do like. My money allows me to take a week off if I want. That's how I choose to spend it. I wanted to focus a little bit more on this whole keeping up with the Joneses stuff. We see so many people complaining about their quality of life. They hate their job. They hate their boss. Their career is soul-sucking. They're drowning in debt. They're miserable. I deserve a nice car. And so they buy that nice car to increase their sense of self. Now they feel like a big shot. It makes putting up with all that crap a little bit more tolerable. The joke is they're depriving their future self from having a higher quality of life down the road. Why? Because the money that they're pissing away on stuff is money that they could use to invest instead. And those investments are the difference between retiring a little bit early and having to continue to work into your late 70s because you made a lot of bad financial decisions because you needed to look like a big shot in a fancy car. So really the joke is unfortunately on them. They're not going to have anything to show for it while you and I are going to be sitting on a beach somewhere drinking Mai Tais because we prioritized our spending correctly. I love this question because the answer is everything. We live in a consumer-driven society, and a lot of people are very depressed, and so they shop, and they fill their voids with things, clothes, shoes, gadgets, toys, cars. They have more stuff than they need because they're always looking to fill the void. They're always looking for the next thing that's going to make them happy. You know what? I'd be really happy if I had that pair of shoes. And then they buy the pair of shoes and they feel happy and they wear them and they look what I got. And their friends go, wow. And they feel great. But then that high wears off and they feel like shit. So they have to buy something to feel good again. So larger than that, I don't have any kids. Kids are expensive. I don't have any pets. Pets are expensive. I don't live in a house larger than I can afford. I live in a very manageable 1-bedroom apartment. I have the cheapest cell phone plan from Boost Mobile. It's $35 a month. All of my groceries I buy in bulk and I freeze, especially when they're on sale. Key here is to make more than you spend. Oh, well, that's easy. The problem is, especially in America, it's not. Drowning in debt of all kinds. We don't make enough. Our mortgages, our rents, our medical bills. That's why I think it's important, to embrace minimalism. I know people don't like talking about it, but I gotta have my things. You can still have your things, right? Nobody's coming knocking on your door going, how many pillows do you have on your couch? The idea isn't to not buy anything. The idea is to buy a little bit less, have a little bit less. The way that I do this is I live below my means, but I also have an ample rainy day fund set aside because there is no guaranteed income in stock trading. So I need money set aside to carry me through the quiet months. But I also have my investments, which I can sell if things get really dire. Ultimately for me though, I make more than I spend. It's like losing weight. You have to burn more calories than you take in.